It's been a few weeks since I've done a Digimon review because I've been so swamped with work that I have to go ahead and catch up on the anime. So what I'm probably gonna do is when it comes to Digimon reviews on the channel, I'm gonna try and keep doing them, but I'll probably do them in chunks. So instead of doing like weekly reviews, I'll do like maybe every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks to kind of give you my thoughts on what's been going on with the show, the arcs and the characters and the story, and just give my thoughts overall. And if you're okay with this, leave a comment down below. If you prefer weekly format, let me know as well. I'm curious to get feedback on this to hear what you would like as far as these reviews go when it comes to the Digimon 2020 series. And it's funny because I feel like, maybe not funny, but more so ironic that the one time that I took a week off, the first kind of break, went with Digimon episode 6, which is the one that is pretty much centered all around Mimi. It's called The Targeted Kingdom, and kind of her grandfather, and that's kind of the whole established story. And it was, to be honest, the first episode I found to be kind of boring, of the Digimon series. You can't have every episode in an ongoing series be a home run. You just can't. It's impossible. There's just too many episodes. If it's a shorter series like The Mandalorian, maybe 1 or 2 seasons, 12 episodes, maybe even 20 episodes, you might be able to pull this off. But this is supposed to be a serialized show, so you're going to have ups and downs and things of that nature. And I just felt like the episode, I know what they were trying to do, but I was kind of bored during it. The Ogremon storyline kept going. That, of course, continued. The animation I thought was fine, but there wasn't really too much to really dissect there. But I can honestly tell you it was the first episode that I thought was just a little bit on the boring side. Again, I'm not hating on it or anything. I just felt like it could have been paced a little bit faster, in my opinion. Now, with that being said, I must reiterate that I still greatly enjoy the soundtrack of this anime, yo. Like, I really like how it kicks. Like, this anime, I'm thinking about actually figuring out a way. I mean, they'll release it at some point to getting my hands on this soundtrack when it comes out because it's killer. I mean, Digimon 2020 has a really, really good soundtrack. And, of course, the animation, even in episode 6, I mean, what more can be said about it? When you have the clashing of the horns and like this awesome just battle, like I mean, dude, what more can I say? I literally praise it every review. Why keep praising it? Maybe if you're new, but still, it's really, really solid. Again, not always great. There are some moments where it's like whatever, but when it comes to the battles, they've all been pretty damn good, especially, as we keep going here. Episode 7 is all about introducing another chosen one, Joe Kido. And it's all kind of, I guess, centered around, for lack of a better term, Gomamon. And he's the partner of Joe Kido. So, again, we are kind of still introducing the cast. One thing I'm kind of concerned about, and that I did criticize the original Digimon for way back 20 years ago, is that what I don't want to have happen is I don't want the series to go down that formulaic pathway that it used to go down, where it became very kind of repetitive and episodic. You had this formula in the old Digimon episodes where a character would, every episode would kind of be like this, where you had like a problem, and the good guys would lose, and then a Digimon, whichever one the episode wanted to focus on or spotlight, would then digivolve and then win, or they work together. So that kind of stuff, I think, was probably more effective back in the early 2000s, late 90s. But I feel like with the way storytelling on television has evolved, not just in America, but also in Japan, which is where this show is targeted to, I feel like that formula, I don't think it works for like stuff like Super Sentai and things like that, but it did tend to kind of hurt a little bit, the story, because every time I would watch it, the drama would be gone because they would miraculously pull a Deus Ex Machina and reveal a new form. It's like every time, for a long time. And I am concerned because I feel like the 2020 Digimon series, this one, is kind of slowly going down that path. But I don't want to say that yet. I don't want to marry that concept yet, because I feel like it's too soon. I think they're still kind of, establishing the characters and the journey they're going to go on. But at the same time, it's in the back of my head, like, are we going to go down that path? And I know that some fans love that, but for me, I prefer a more serialized story, more where there's longer struggles and better payoffs. You know, you build up the negativity more instead of just giving you the solution in one episode. Give it like 2 or 3 episodes of heat, of bad things happening to the main characters before the Digivolution happens, and have it be a more creative sort of moment, you know, because they're rebooting stuff here. It's not the exact same story for sure, but it does seem to be going down that path now, you know. So those are just my thoughts on like the storytelling of where these episodes are going. Now, individually, the Joe Keto episode 7, The Boy is Joe Keto, I liked it. I really did. And I like how they're not just this quest they're going on, they're not just going to get there. Like, there are obstacles. Because if there weren't any obstacles, why would it be a quest? You know, part of a quest is overcoming obstacles. And they have to deal with different things as it comes to them. You know what I mean? And I really did like how episode 7 took place, like, in the ocean. The big battle was in the ocean. Because that was something different. It was a different sort of aesthetic for us to look at as these battles take place. But overall, it still had the same formulaic problems. In fact, that music they played, that insert song, they gotta chill out with that insert song, yo, because I feel like, and maybe it's just because I'm watching it now in chunks, like, you know, when you're watching it weekly, maybe you don't notice it, but now that I'm watching it like one episode after another for this review, I feel like it's more noticeable that it's repetitive. Does that make sense? And I wonder if later on, like if future generations come back and watch this show, if they marathon it, you know, watching 7, 8, 9, 10 episodes at a time, like some of us do for Netflix shows and things like that, I wonder if it'll really feel the way it's supposed to because of the passing of time. You know, I have often wondered that. That is something to think about here. Episode 8 got really interesting because it was the attack on the fortress. In fact, the episode's called The Children's Attack on the Fortress. Things got a lot more dark, and it was kind of a night kind of thing to kind of, you know, symbolically, I guess, go with it. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Or I'm missing the word I'm looking for. But, you know, the motif kind of got dark, and, you know, it just sort of changed the tone a bit. You know, tonally it shifted, but not in a bad way. Episode 8 was my favorite one out of these 3. I think it had the most action. Seeing Garurumon go in there against these tanks and trying to break into a fortress, this is awesome. This was freaking awesome. Like, really start to finish. I mean, if we're being honest, the whole episode was just really, really fun. And then when they revealed Dark Tyrannomon, I loved it. Dude, Dark Tyrannomon is awesome, yo. Like, and he really is like the main antagonist of this episode. He is just his design, just his powers, you know, and they all have to team up against him because he is that strong. But like I said, Garurumon is the spotlight character here. And like I said before in this review, you know, I don't want them to go down that direction of like, you know, just having that formula. But here it worked effectively. The animation, all of it kind of clicked together real nice. But it was good to see it. It was good to see Garurumon get the spotlight in this episode and become the real sort of hero. And this story's not over because they're teasing that in the next episode, they're going to face off against the most powerful Digimon yet. So, yeah, I look forward to that. Anyways, I did watch this on Crunchyroll, and as always, Crunchyroll does sponsor a lot of the content here on the channel. I've been with them for 3 years. If you want to try out Crunchyroll Premium for free for 2 weeks, it's crunchyroll.com/geekdom. And the link will be down below in the description. You can check that out and try it out. And if you like it, you can sign up for a longer time. But if not, that's okay too. But again, that's crunchyroll.com/geekdom. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. And I'll talk to y'all in the next, well, either the next Digimon review, the next Dragon Ball video, or whatever the hell I got coming out on this channel, because there's a lot coming out. So we'll see. Anyways, talk to you soon. Have a great day.